Some interesting things going on in the Women's Europa League, or Europa Cup as it's known. This has flown under the radar a little bit this season, but the inaugural Women's Europa League equivalent, the UEFA Women's Europa Cup, kicked off this year. We're approaching the quarterfinals, and there's three distinct narratives that I want to focus on, or more like four. So there has been a Women's Champions League since 01-02, and the first ever winners of the Women's Champions League were actually Eintracht Frankfurt. They're actually the second most successful team in the history of the Women's Champions League, with 4, behind only Lyon's incredible 8. But their last Women's Champions League crown was 2015, and their fortunes have sort of fallen off, but Eintracht Frankfurt now has the chance to do something incredible. They're in this Europa Cup, and they're actually in the quarterfinals, and now take on Danish side FC Nordsjælland. Frankfurt has had a great run so far, and are probably front runners to win this whole thing. And if they do that, they would be the first team to win both the UEFA Women's Champions League and the Women's Europa Cup, essentially solidifying themselves in European football history forever, as I don't think there would be another case of that anywhere in the footballing world at the highest levels, where the same team has won the primary continental competition and the secondary continental competition in both their inaugural years. So keep an eye on that. Another team to keep an eye on is the Sparta Prague women's team. Sparta Prague is trying to be the first Czech side of any gender to win a European title, and have a date with Austria Vienna coming up soon. And the last individual club story I want to talk about is that of Icelandic side FC Breiðablik. Apologies, pronunciation is probably dog shit, definitely. But Breiðablik is one of the most dominant teams in Icelandic football, and actually has a solid history in the history of the UEFA Women's Champions League, punching way above their weight for a side from a country that has a super small population and not really that much money to throw around for football. But they defeated a pretty good Danish side, Fortuna Hjørring. This is a strong team, and if they can make it all the way and win this thing, it could be one of the biggest accomplishments in Icelandic football history. Finally, there's a fourth thing. And when you look at the bracket of the teams remaining in the quarterfinal, half of them are Scandinavian. The Scandinavian teams even had to knock each other down to even get here. And there's so many of them that they have to do it again. Breiðablik's next opponent is BK Häcken, a dominant Swedish side. Another frontrunner for this is Swedish side Hammarby, who are playing Sporting Club. So 2 Swedish sides, a Danish side, and an Icelandic side. Bad luck Norway, we'll get them next time. Now, what does this say about women's football in Europe right now? Well, in the Women's Champions League, the traditional Western European powers of football reign supreme right now. They have the strongest teams, particularly in England, Spain, and France. While Scandinavian teams have won the UEFA Women's Champions League before, most notably Sweden's Umeå have won it twice, and Sweden's Djurgården has also been to a final. While Denmark's Fortuna Hjørring have been to the final, the latest appearance by a Scandinavian side in the UEFA Women's Champions League final was Sweden's Tyresö in 2014, 11 years ago. This might signal that the Scandinavian women's football leagues are on the come up, and this tournament could be great developmental grounds for them to take the next step and challenge Europe's elite once again. So let's see how this goes.